My name is Calliope. I'm going to be your sleep technician today. So, I know you're ready to relax and get some rest. So why don't we jump in to our little medical assessment so that we can see if there is anything medically that might keep you from sleeping easily, deeply, and waking up rejuvenated. So, I would like to start with one of the usual suspects. I'm going to palpate around your head to assess for any muscle tension. Do you mind if I start right in here and then we'll just work onto the face and the neck? Okay, so let me know here at any point if you feel any pain or tenderness so that we can identify if there is a possibility that you might be having an issue with muscle tension and all the things that that can create. Most notably, tension, headache. How are we doing so far? Okay, so a little bit in here and a little bit in here. Alright. Well, let's see. I think from here, let's just go. Let's follow this back right along here. Okay. And following right in here. Yes, okay. And if we come down in here. Okay, a little bit in here. And a little bit in here. Okay. Good. Just being very gentle. Just putting enough pressure for the muscles to receive the touch signal. Okay, so you have it in here. What about in here along the jaw? Okay. There as well. Okay. Why don't we go back behind here at the occiput and just working down here. Okay. What about in here? Yes. And down in here. Okay. And along the front of the neck here. Not as much. Okay, so we're seeing muscle tension in a few pretty common places. We have the temporalis, the masseter. We are getting it along the lateral edges of the head. We're seeing it down the neck and into the trapezius. certainly have a good amount of tension going on there. So I want to see kind of how far that goes, if you will. I'd like to move your head around and see if that changes. Does it make the tension worse? Does it make it better? Okay. So I'm going to hold on to your head and I'm just going to very gently bring the head up. Okay, how does that feel? If I bring the head down. Okay. What if I turn the head to the side? The other side. Okay, and let's just tilt. Okay, and tilt. Okay. Well, that's good to know. That is good to know. So, I just want to jot this down in your file so that if you come back, we have a starting place already. We know what we found of clinical significance. This is something that we're not going to be able to solve all in one day. But what I'd like to do, if you are amenable, I would love to send you to get a little, we call it remedial massage or medical massage, where the massage therapist can do a more in-depth assessment of the muscles, what's working harder, what's not working enough, what's compensating, what's just too fatigued to even do what it needs to do. And they can get in and start to eliminate those areas of tension, the causes of said tension. Okay. All right, just keep it in mind. And I'm going to grab a light here. Now, I want to look at your eyes and assess for strain and fatigue, but real quick, we're going to start by having you just look at my nose, and then we're going to bring in light, and I'm going to see if there's any sluggishness in our pupillary response. Good, just keep looking at my nose. Luckily this isn't too terribly bright, it's just enough to allow the pupils to dilate and constrict. Good. Excellent. Okay, so a little bit. Just a tiny bit there. So I'm going to look at your eyes in a little more depth here. So let's start this side. So could I have you just look up for me? Good. Look down. Look to this side. Look to the other side. Look up here, over here, down here, and over here. Good. You just look up. Okay, little red there. And look down. Look down. Wonderful. Okay. So, lacrimal glands are just a little inflamed, as well as the conjunctival tissue. The sclera, little red, but the structures themselves are okay. I'm going to palpate around the orbit. Let me know if there's any pain or tenderness here. Anything? Okay, good. Let's look at the other side. Let's look at this eye in depth. So, I'm gonna have you look down. Look up. To the side. The other side. Okay, look up here. And over here. Right here. Down here. Good, okay. And if I could have you look up. Good. Yes. If you can look down. Look down. Good, okay. Good. Okay. So about the same here. Just going to palpate this orbit then. You know, if there's any pain or tenderness. There. Okay, so we do have evidence of some eye fatigue and strain. Let's do a little auscultation here. I'm going to listen to some pulse points. We're going to assess the strength and quality. Are they quite forceful? Maybe are they on the weak side? So I'd love to start at the temporal arteries. Okay. Just do that right there. Just keep breathing normally. This side. Good. Now I'm going to place the diaphragm on your carotid pulse here. If I could have you take a deep breath in and just hold. Wouldn't believe how loud the breath sounds are through the windpipe. And exhale. Deep breath in. And exhale. Good. Do you mind if I see your arms? I just want to take a listen to the brachial pulse here. Okay. and the radial pulse right in here. Good. And brachial. Radial. Okay. While I'm here, we're going to listen to the heart and the lungs now. Again, just looking for signs of fatigue or a generally stressful presentation. So we'll start right over here for the aortic valve. Over here for the pulmonic. Down here for tricuspid. And way down in here along the mid-clavicular line for our mitral valve. Okay, good. So for your lungs, we're going to start at the apices. I'm going to have you breathe in and out. Okay, and then we'll just go alternating sides down the chest wall. I'm going to have you inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. One last row down here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Last place I want to listen to is the abdomen. The abdomen is something that shows us a lot about the stress and tension in the body. So I'm going to listen to each quadrant in a few places. Just have you breathe normally. Okay, on this side. Digestive sounds are a little diminished. Okay. Last thing I'm going to do for the medical assessment is I'm going to palpate the abdomen to see if there is any hardness, if there's any rigidity, any tenderness at all, and then we can note that in your chart. So, let me know if any of this is painful at all. If there's any discomfort, even just a little bit. Okay. And in here, okay, so intestines are a little sensitive here. Here's the liver here. Good. And what about over in here? Okay. Down into the kidneys here. Okay. So just jot that down. Okay. It looks like a big part of what's going on here is stress, general tension, the head, the neck. There's definitely some in the abdomen as well. Might be a bit of fatigue, might be a bit of strain there. So what we're going to do is we are going to start by manually targeting a lot of these muscles and relaxing them down. And then we'll do different little treatments to ease some of that tension and hopefully let you relax a little bit. So I'm going to be touching around different areas in the face and head and neck region so that we can relax these areas. So, right here at the forehead, I'm going to have you focus right here. I'm going to have you relax this area. So, from here to in here, this whole area, just let this relax right in here. Okay? And moving right here to the right temple. From here all the way back here. Have you relax this area down. Switch to the left temple. Right in here. Right in here. Just focus on this area. And let it relax. And let's go right here. This is the glabella between the eyebrows. I'm going to have you just relax this area and each eyebrow down, letting the eyebrows just sit neutrally on the face. Relax the muscles here. And then into the nose, the bridge of the nose. This area right in here. Let this relax. And from here, we're going to sweep around the zygomatic arch. I'm just going to have you relax this whole cheek area. And then the other side. Let this area relax. Above the lip here. Let this relax. The jaw. The other top of the head, right up in here, sides of the head, and the back of the head. Good. Now, the front of the neck here, there's a big sheet muscle called the platysma here. We're just going to let this area relax. Just let this relax down. Good. Now, back here, neck. The other side. Good. And the trapezius here is what we might have to work on a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to press your shoulders down here. We're going to get a little stretch out of that. Just going to press down. Good, and then roll back. Good. Rolling them back. Pressing down. Rolling back. Okay. So, how does that all feel? Does it feel at least just a little bit loosened up? Okay, that's what we want. Even just a little bit. To further assist in the tension releasing, I have a wooden mallet here that we're going to use to tap along the head and this very gently helps to release tension. You see it a lot in East Asian headache and insomnia treatments. So I'm gonna have you hold still here, and we are just going to just do some tapping. Is that pressure okay? Let me know if it's too much. Excellent. And on this side here. This side. Let's bring out a few other tools here. Help with the relaxation of the face. Just going to come in here. Just like that. Just gentle face brushing. That feel okay? Let's just grab these guys here. So do a little, just a little bit. Hit some of the places that we didn't with the big brush. Just little circles. Along the here. On the glabella here, down the nose. a very stiff, very short one. It's great for little delicate areas like around the eyes. I can only put the gentlest amount of pressure with this one. Just around the eyes here. Along the cheeks. The upper lip. Chin. Good for these little short strokes. Down here. Let's get into the scalp a bit and do some scratching here. It's a little bit of a massage using my nails here. Just giving them a nice gentle scratch, letting the scalp muscles release. Scratchy. Just releasing the tension. Putting too much pressure. Nice short nails for this. Well, I suppose maybe in terms of natural nails, they're more short medium. Makes them gentle, not too harsh. I can still use the pads of my fingers to massage. to the back as well. So if you do decide to go for that medical massage, that'll really help with all of the tension. A lot of it tends to radiate and tends to build until you're not really sure where it even began. It's getting up under the hair. Muscles release a bit. Everything just relax. Clinic session today. I'd like to thank you so much for coming in. I hope this was very fruitful for you. I hope you have a whale of a day and a good rest of your night.